Hi, my name is Chris Rich. I'm a designer and technical director and production manager. I currently work in Iowa City, Iowa. This summer with Hollins, I worked as technical director and technical consult on Overnight Sensations, which is a compressed time, short length play festival. And then also with our new Playwrights Festival, which is at the end of the 6 weeks, which is taking longer works and creating staged readings or orchestra readings that have a little bit more of a polish to them over a 3-day festival for audiences that are within the Hollins community and within the community at large. The great part about the Playwrights Festival is that not only are you getting to hear a work in a different space with rehearsal and some staging, but you're also getting a lot of feedback. And that feedback is coming from professionals who are associated with the program or who work within the professional theater or educational theater throughout our network. Who come in, observe this piece in its new setting, and then provide feedback in a structured environment during the festival, but also in an unstructured environment of a collaborative nature, a collegiate nature, in meeting with the playwrights and directors in a one-on-one situation outside of the festival as well. So it's a time to really kind of grow not only your network, but get some great feedback from a first hear on a new piece so that you see someone's first take on your work after the 5 weeks of work that you've done. I've had the pleasure to witness a lot of new scripts and readings. And it was really kind of apparent to me very early on that the idea of a space or a container for that work would help the playwright better understand how their characters reacted in that world. So we, not only in the short 10-minute versions, but also in the larger versions, I helped to create an atmosphere for the play to exist. And we worked with the students to use, individual blocks and small scenery pieces to create an environment for the piece to exist in. And then through workshop, talk about how this understanding of setting and design also helps to set and support the story that they're creating. How it motivates a character by being an oppressive or an exuberant space versus, what the lack of space also says about a script. We've been very lucky to be in partnership with Mill Mountain Theater here in Roanoke, Virginia, and their support of our 10-minute overnight festival was really great because they bring in a multitude of props and costume pieces which help really add to the imagination of the pieces that are going on. So they also give some boundaries, but it creates some real interesting kind of obstacles to deal with as well. And then for our Playwrights Festival, it's really wonderful to take those new scripts into a space that the audience coming in from the community is going to say, here is something that's a little bit more refined, a little bit more polished, and see it in a setting that, along with the conventions of theater, kind of elevate the performance into something that's going to show off that piece to how it could evolve. The course itself works kind of like a production meeting for all the new plays. So what we're looking at is how the director and the playwright are working together, and then how those visions from the page as well as from the directing standpoint work together, making sure everyone's on the same page, and then providing all of the elements around that. What are the parameters that we're going to be producing within, how it's all going to build, and that's over the 6-week process or the 5-week process that leads to the New Play Festival. So it's a guiding hand as to how are we processing this information into an artistic piece that's going to culminate in 5 short weeks. If you're an artist within the theater community, whether you write, whether you direct, whether you research, whether you perform, and you are drawn to new works and new voices, this is the program for you. You get experience by being immersed in the world of new words going to the stage.